Hello, my name is Peter. I'll tell you honestly, I'm not an American. I'm a Belgian, a small country in Europe, that's where I'm from. But I follow the presidential race in America very closely. I'm very interested in it because, well, in fact, the result of the presidential race in America affects us all. We pay the price of the president that you choose, and we don't even have to say in it. We don't even have a say in it. So, well, it's a bit unfair, but you know, well, that's the way democracy works. That's the way this world works. So I guess we're just gonna have to live with it, but I want to do the little thing that I can do. I want to tell you my view on this presidential race, because I'm worried. I'm worried about a woman that everybody thinks is probably going to be the next president of the United States, and her name is Hillary Clinton. Now, I'll tell you honestly, from the beginning, I'm a big Bernie Sanders fan. Why? Because he's honest. He has not changed a single bit in 30 years. He stands for the things now that he already stood for 20, 30, 40 years ago. He's 74 now, okay, alright, but he has not changed a little bit. He's a real man, he's honest, everything about him is so honest. While on the other hand, and that's what worries me, the one that is probably going to be the Democratic nominee, is a woman that is so fake, so plastic. That woman, if there is one woman in this world that I dislike with every part of my body, it's that woman. It must be Hillary Clinton. I don't believe her laugh and I don't believe her tears. Everything, every single bit about her is so fake, so plastic, so dishonest, so unreal, so... She's an ambitious, cold woman. She's not a human being, in fact. That's the feeling that I have. And I want to tell you, people who have been in the same room as Hillary Clinton tell us that you can almost physically feel the cold coming from that woman. Her marriage, even her very marriage is part of her ambition. That ambition, that burning ambition that she has. I think she already decided to be president when she was 3. When she was 3 years old, I'm pretty sure she already decided at that moment, I'm going to be president of the United States. And every method, everything that she can find, every dirty trick that she can think of is good enough to reach that ambition. Now let's watch. First of all, I want to show you a video about what she said about her marriage, or about marriage in general. It's 10 years ago now, or 11 years ago, in 2004. Let's watch.
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman. I have had occasion in my life to defend marriage, to stand up for marriage, to believe in the hard work and challenge of marriage. So I take umbrage at anyone who might suggest that those of us who worry about amending the Constitution are less committed to the sanctity of marriage or to the fundamental bedrock principle that it exists between a man and a woman going back into the mists of history as one of the foundational institutions of history and humanity and civilization.
Did you get that? That look on her face, like she's talking to little children, like an old grandmother that has to tell her little grandchildren what they have to think and how they have to feel about things. Let me try to imitate it, the way she did it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try, okay? I have had occasion in my life to stand up for marriage. Was that good enough? Was that the Clinton way? Don't you think that this is ridiculous? I have had occasion in my life to stand up for marriage. What does that mean? Is that a reference to her cheating husband or what? Stand up for marriage? I'll tell you something. Ask your husband what was standing up. I'm sure there is a part of your husband that was standing up when he was cheating on you, when Mrs. Lewinsky was giving him his treatment. Huh? That was standing up. But you, okay, maybe you prefer to stand up for your marriage. I wish you good luck with that. And by the way, why is it, okay, that's a forbidden question. That's one of the things that cannot be asked. You just cannot ask that. Huh? But why is it that your husband is constantly cheating on you? Because it's not only the Lewinsky affair, he's constantly cheating on you. He told Monica Lewinsky himself that he has hundreds of affairs. Now, if he says it himself, I guess I have to believe it. Even now, at this very moment, he has an affair, and you're talking, you're standing there like the good family woman that wants to be president. You have a husband that is cheating on you at this very moment, you stupid woman. Don't you see it? Well, of course you see it. But the truth is, you don't care, because your marriage is not a marriage of love or a marriage of building up something together like normal people. Your marriage is part of your ambition, only your ambition. And if it can bring you votes to say, I have had occasion in my life to stand up for marriage, well, then you do it, of course. Then you do it. Okay, but that's one thing. That's what she said in 2004. Now let's watch what she said about exactly the same thing, marriage, in 2013 or 14, I don't know, 10 years later, let's see. Let's see what she has to say about that then.
So yes, I evolved over time, and I'm very proud to state that I'm a full supporter of marriage equality right now.
Suddenly she changed her opinion about marriage. Now suddenly a marriage does not have to be between a man and a woman anymore. Now, has your husband become gay suddenly or what? That you don't have a problem with gays anymore while you keep on standing up for your marriage? I don't know, but I find this so ridiculous. Let me tell you what evolved. Because she says, I have evolved over time. And people applaud that. Whoa, fantastic. She has evolved. She has changed her mind. No, that's not something to applaud. That's something ridiculous. That's something dishonest. What has evolved, let me tell you that. Are the polls, the opinion polls. In 2004, 60% of Americans was against the legalization of gay marriage. 10 years later, in 2014, 60% was for the legalization of gay marriage. That's what has evolved, and that's why you changed your mind. Now, what does that prove? You don't have a mind. You don't have an opinion of your own. What you tell people is what you think people want to hear. What can bring you votes so that you can be president. The difference between you, Mrs. Clinton, and Bernie Sanders is so. Well, Bernie Sanders is a real man. A man from the people, a normal man with a normal marriage that has a normal life. And he doesn't use his marriage to gain votes, you know. Marriage is personal. I could ask you, for instance, what everybody wants to ask you, but nobody dares to ask you, do you still have sex with your husband? Do you? After all that he did to you, it could bring your very life in danger, you know. So, well, I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it. And you know why? Because it's personal. It's not my business. It's not my business. But you use it to get votes, so you make it my business while I don't even want it to be my business. That's the truth. Finding jobs, the growing gap between the rich and the poor, do you even have an opinion about that? Do you even have an opinion about that? The trillions, literally trillions of dollars that you spend on useless wars at the other side of the planet, what's your opinion on that? Oh no, I had occasion in my life to stand up for marriage. Well, good luck with your marriage, Mrs. Clinton, but I don't think you are qualified to be president.